A lot of kids just fucking jetted.
Just
bro.
start working, you know?
Yeah. Or just get in, like, especially if their family had a job or something like that. What kind of work did you get into?
I did cement work. I did building decks, construction work. And then when I was 18, I got a decent job with a buildings distribution company.
Yeah.
And we would go to job sites and like deliver doors and just brand new houses, everything they need, trim, doors, windows. I did that for a couple years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And at what point did you were like, man, this isn't for me?
I was fighting during those times.
You were already fighting?
Yeah. I was fighting when I was 18. But I did that, and I had benefits at the place, so I didn't want to quit the job because, you know,
And do you have your lady with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had to support that.
Yeah. But I was making like such little money that I was just working because I needed the benefits, and I was fighting. So, you know.
Damn,
I was still working. I was still working when I was fighting in the WEC. I think even in the UFC, I was still working.
Was there a night? What was that moment like where you're like, okay, now I at least have enough income where I don't have to do a side job?
Dude,
was that?
That was a huge part of my life because I was like, I'm finally. But you know, people run around and say they're a professional fighter, but they're not really feeding their family and paying their bills being a professional fighter.
Yeah.
Technically, they
comedy.
are. Yeah, right.
It's like you kind of say you are for a long time, but until somebody sees you fucking on a real stage on television or something, it's just like.
But even then, I was on television. I was still working. You know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But when I got to finally walk away from my work and commit 100% to fighting, it was a. You know, I felt like the sky opened up and the sun was shining on me. Like we made it. You know, we really have a chance at this.
That's crazy, man. And the wildest thing about your profession, like at least, you know, in so many professions, you can kind of be anywhere. You know, there's a billion lawyers, you know, and there's a billion, you know, there's tens of thousands of comedians. But in your profession, there's only like, it just keeps getting smaller towards the top until you have the strap.
Right. Yeah. And there's, you know, lots of fighters nowadays. It's such a popular sport.
Yeah.
And it's not like we find out who the best is. You know, we fight each other and find out who the best is. So that's a pretty cool way of, you know, filtering out everything.
Yeah. When you look back at like a fight that if you could have another fighter do one over, it could even be one that you won or it could be one that you didn't. Do you have any that pop into your head that you're like, oh, that one?
One that sticks out for sure is the Conor McGregor fight. I just way too emotional.
Yeah.
You know? I just cared too much about everything going on and read too much about what people thought. And
was he a celebrity at that point, really?
No, not really. I mean, he was.
Right.
A lot of people, he had a lot of hype around him, but he wasn't the guy he is now, you know?
Right. Yeah, now it's almost like he's now he's more of a celebrity.
Oh, huge.
Than a fighter.
Yeah.
Or not more than, but it's like
equal.
Equal.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's different when people become that. Or I notice anyway, like in stand-up, like Dave Chappelle will come into the comedy club, and he's like a celebrity. You know, when he gets on stage, and he's a funny guy, but if Bill Burr comes in, Bill Burr is a comedian. Like Bill Burr does his fucking job. He murders every time. Like Chappelle is a little bit more like, oh, look at me, where Bill Burr is like sneaks in, does his fucking work really good, and leaves. You know,
I feel that. For the love of the craft.
Yeah. Do you start to see that in your line of work too? Like some guys, when they become celebrity, like it seems different.
Yeah, people change for sure.
Yeah.
Start making money. People start running up to them for autographs, and they start getting that, you know, recognition in public and stuff. People change for sure.
Yeah, the ego's dangerous, huh?
Yeah, man.
Do you worry about that?
Nah, because I'm in it for the scrap, you know. I try to walk away from that type of stuff, you know. If I see a bunch of guys wearing UFC shirts, I'll put the hoodie on and kind of turn, you know.
Yeah. You just want to win the belt.
Yeah, I just want to win the belt, man. That's all I want. I just want to be the world champion, and then I'll go back to delivering windows.
So is that really that goal? I mean, that's the thing? You just want to be the best?
Yeah, of course I would love to stay in this sport for a long time and make a shitload of money, but I just want to say that I did it. I want to have the UFC championship around my waist. You know, all these years with my wife of struggling and taking food out of the grocery basket because we couldn't afford it and making ends meet and you know, sacrificing a lot. I just want to say it was all worth it because once you become the world champion, you know, that's forever.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what I'm trying to do, honestly.
Damn, that's powerful, man. That's really, really cool. That's so inspiring. Wow, you know what's crazy is my sister can't even read. But what does it have to do with us right now? Hope you enjoyed that video, and you can watch another. And you can watch this one, you can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option, not this guy. Two options. Watch one. This one or this one.